So remember in 2017, Bitcoin topped $20,000. It was great, it's awesome, euphoric. And Jamie Dimon said that he would fire anyone dealing with crypto. So let's fast forward to now, and he states that, oh, this is going to be good for investors. The BlackRock ETF, it's going to be great. What changed? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're going to be discussing this week in Bitcoin and calling out the hypocrites in which all the institutional investors were in the past few years. Trust me, the demand was there, they just didn't want to believe it. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but it was there. So before we get into this, let's take this moment to hit that like and subscribe button and tell me your price predictions in the comments. So here we have from CoinDesk, SEC likely to approve spot ETF in the next few months. So we've all been saying that, before January 10th. And, my favorite comment down here is JPMorgan said such a move could be beneficial for investors as it would encourage competition in regards to ETF fees. Grayscale will likely face greater pressure to lower fees as the trust gets approved to be converted to an ETF. So with JP Morgan even discussing any of this is just, I feel it's kind of hypocritical of them because, back then he literally said he'd fire anybody who, he basically called it a fraud. And they're also dealing with blockchain technology now that is beneficial for them. So getting into this, we are 183 days from the halving, 184. You got the 23 hours, and 79 days to the potential ETF accepting. So 79 days till January 10th. So taking a look at the charts right now, the anticipation is real. We're on the verge of 31,000. Futures are generally right there at 31,000, depending on what exchange you are on. And we are seeing a convergence of all these moving averages. So typically what we want to see is 20, 50, 100, 200 from top to bottom, and that usually is indicative of a bull run. So right here you can see in August of 2020 where everything was flipped, 20, 100, or 20, 50, 100, 200, and we went straight up. But until then, from the bull run into the bear market, it just becomes a mess. But one thing we haven't seen in all of Bitcoin's history is the crossing of the 200 week and the 100 week, which I don't know if it'd be too much of a problem because 15,000 was the bottom, and changed my mind. If it happens, it happens, but I am 100% convinced that 15,000 was the bottom, and I think the lowest we could ever go right now is about 23,000. And with the anticipation of the Bitcoin ETF, I do not think we'll see that price. If so, it'll be bought right up. So interesting enough, watching this as the markets are taking a turn. From January 1st of this year, we're up 85, 90%. Whereas gold is up 8%, but most of those gains, as you can see, have been pretty much this month. We had the bounce up towards the Russian-Ukraine war, and then this new geopolitical issue as we've been seeing out east. So if you would have bought the other day, you'd been up 8%, but if you have also bought January 1st, you'd be up the same. And more of a roller coaster ride. And with the S&P 500, we're up 2.2%, with the top being at about 10%. And through the interest rates and everything, and the new fear of the higher yield curve or higher 10-year Treasury, which I'm not saying plummeted the other day, but hit the 5% and retrace back. It'd be interesting to see if we start retracing back as we head into the FOMC meeting. So one of my favorite companies to watch is MicroStrategies right now. So Michael Saylor is finally in the green on his Bitcoin purchase. So right now he owns at least 158,000 Bitcoin. So every $1,000 move that Bitcoin sees, he makes $160 million, which is crazy. So he added another 5,500 earlier this year, well, back in September, and plans on selling $750 million in stock to purchase more Bitcoin, which that's another 25,000 Bitcoin, which phenomenal bet right there. So his average price right now is 29,500. So right now he is generally up $1,500. But he is a long-term hodler and generally will not sell. So that is more Bitcoin that is out of the supply. So, as Yahoo Finance puts out, Bitcoin history supports bulls after a 10% weekly jump on ETF speculation. And as you can see in this chart, I mean, we haven't seen a move since June, which that would place it right when BlackRock announced that they announced their ETF. And as we're getting closer and closer, the anticipation is rising. So says the drums seem to be beating louder that a Bitcoin ETF will be approaching by the year end, which will be supportive of the token in the medium term, as well as bringing more institutional players into the space. Now, once again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I'm not saying you should buy Bitcoin, but you should probably consider it. Not financial advice. It's just an asset I like. I like this. I like the stock. It's not a stock. It's Bitcoin. But considering that all these asset management groups have about $17 trillion, and then there's trillions of trillions more dollars, through like Vanguard and all those other companies, and people sitting on the sidelines of cash, there is a lot of capital and liquidity to flow into this market. And I feel that the excitement and the regulatory framework that will be around this will also get other investors, as Kevin O'Leary pointed out, the Middle East sovereign wealth funds will also be jumping into Bitcoin as well. They've been talking about this since 2021, but they were skeptical with the framework around it based upon the United States. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out as sovereign wealth funds in possibly more countries such as, El Salvador jump into Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet. So, in the end, just keep watching. Join me Wednesday when I say, what the fuck is Bitcoin? And what to tell your friends and family when they ask you what it is, because I still really don't know how to explain it in a really good way. But we'll figure that out on Wednesday. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you Wednesday.